Hello and welcome for a new UniTFT Designer video tutorial. My name is Michael and I'm working for Electronic Assembly's development team.
This tutorial discusses the basic functionalities of using a picture box in the UniTFT Designer. We first start with placing a picture box per drag and drop. By default, the box contains 3 entries. With a double click on the picture box, we can edit it. On the left side, we see all entries of the box, and on the right side, the respective settings. First, we want to add more entries to the picture box. To do this, we press the Insert button. A dialog window opens. Click on the Open File button to select images from the hard disk. Additionally, you can find a small collection of icons. In this dialog window, we can select more than one image. We choose 3 more icons. If you want to change the icon afterwards, you can do this by double-clicking on it. By default, the file name of the icon is displayed as text. This can also be changed by double-click. The possibility of multilingualism is also supported. If a language file has been created, you can access it for each individual entry and select the key. Finally, there's a possibility to enable and disable individual entries. By default, 3 entries are displayed. Since the picture box now contains 6 entries, a scroll bar is also shown. The number of visible entries can be adjusted in the object editor. We choose 4. The alignment of the text can also be changed. We would like the text to be above the icons. The direction of the picture box can also be set. Horizontal and vertical direction are available. Finally, I would like to discuss the scrolling behavior. 2 different types are supported. If the fine type is selected, the picture box scrolls pixel by pixel. When the type entry is selected, the picture box always scrolls block by block. Let's take a closer look to this in the simulator. By default, the fine type is selected. The picture box scrolls pixel by pixel. Now we change the type to entry. In the simulator, we can see the difference. The scrolling behavior has now changed. Next, we want to display the current selected entry as formatted text. To do this, we first place the text and change it into a formatted text. Now, we create a new macro and give it a meaningful name. We call this macro in the release event of the picture box. With the sfc command, we change the value of the formatted text. To output the current index, we need the calculation object picture box value. The function only needs the ID of the picture box as passing parameter. Let's take a look to the result in the simulator. Whenever you select an entry, the formatted text changes and shows the current selected entry as an index. Finally, I would like to mention the possibility to use a picture box also for texts only. For this, I place a box again and change the direction to vertical. As well, I change the scroll behavior to the type entry. With a double click, I edit the picture box again. Since we only want to display text, I delete the image from all 3 entries. Now, I change the size of the icon to 0 and set the text alignment to left. Once again, I want to display the selected index for this picture box. This time, I use an automatic text instead. I want to compare the 2 calculation functions, object picture box value and object picture box last. The second calculation returns the last selected entry. the value is equal to the function object picture box value, except if the number of entries in the picture box is smaller or equal than the visible entries. For the second picture box, it is the case. I place two text elements, change the type to an automatic text, and output the values. Now let's look to the result in the simulator. While the index changes every time the selected entry is changed, the last index only updates on the release event.
I hope you enjoyed today's UnityFT video tutorial. Maybe you have time and play around a little bit with our sample projects and enjoy our other tutorials.